And I think we're recording. Okay. Hi, this is Michael Ellis. Now, I know that I've been doing whatchamacallit, L-optic, sunlight by wire, uh, attempts, rather, in the spirit of Galen Hieronymus. I know he, to fill you in the background, Galen Hieronymus was known for his radionics discoveries and basically developing the field of radionics. One of his major discoveries in the field of orgone chi elliptic energy, whatever you want to call it, was that he called it elliptic energy, being like radiant energy, like Tesla describes, being an optic type of energy, or light-like energy, just not visible. He called it elliptic energy. Basically, his discovery was a sunlight by wire type of experiment. And he used a copper plate outdoors in the sun and ran a wire from it into his darkened basement, where in a shoebox he grew a number of plants, or he had a bunch of shoeboxes, so he did like a control experiment and everything. But between two metal plates, a wire connected to the outdoor plate into the indoor plate, at the top, a metal plate in the top of one shoebox, and a plant in that shoebox. And then in the soil at the bottom of the shoebox, he had another plate that was grounded. And in that shoebox in particular, he managed to grow a plant completely in the darkness, with blacked out window in the basement, completely in the dark in the enclosed shoebox between the two metal plates, grounded to a water pipe or something, and he a perfect green chlorophyll, everything. A normal plant grew in his basement in the dark. So, in the spirit of that, I've been trying to figure out a way to do that in the dark, in my bedroom, as you see in the previous videos. I've kind of moved it out to the dining room, um, so they get at least some sunlight. But I actually just recently kind of upped my game a little bit, and did more in the spirit of the Ark of the Covenant, or Orgonite, and kind of actually got the science behind it. Um, I don't know if you've seen my other videos or not, but I did an experiment about the Ark of the Covenant, trying to replicate it, at least on a smaller scale, just using household materials. And in this case, I've done that with sheets of um, steel, galvanized, um, uh, flashing, really, rolled steel, and aluminum HVAC tape to cover this, to link up the sides on top of a cardboard box. And so that was the outside of the Ark. So it's basically just a big static collecting device. And I've run wire contacts out, like the cherubim on top. So basically what I found looking at it electrically with an oscilloscope and everything is that it catches these little vibrations. If you hook a coil up to it, it'll catch these little vibrations in the coil, and they're like, just like Tesla said, the terrestrial waves. You can catch in the coil these little vibrations, and they're approximately in the range of 0 to 20 kilohertz. that the disturbances occur in the coil that the box catches. So it's the 0 to 20 kilohertz, um, and yeah, just the terrestrial waves, the longitudinal energy that's like pure voltage, and then it settles out into current, like against the coils, So same thing that orgonite does. If you hook it up to a coil, it does the same thing, I'm sure. So orgonite plugs into the magnetic field of the Earth. Ark of the Covenant picks up the Schumann resonances. So connecting wire to it, feeding it to a metal plate. I don't know if you can see that. Inside the box, another metal plate on the bottom, connected to a wire, grounded to a battery. Now, use the positive pole. Just take my word on this. It feels a lot better than if you hook it up to the negative pole. And you will feel the energy when you actually establish this. It takes a little getting used to. So far, I've not had any response from the plants growing at all. I mean, they're just inert seeds right now. There's been no growth, as there has been with my other setups. But yesterday, I put in some beans, and there's been no growth yet. So we'll see about that. I don't think there's been anything really growing in there. I don't know if there's anything in there. Maybe a little activity. So yeah, I mean, it gets some light, but I mean, the ones in the back, the cranberries are basically in the dark. So yeah, so this time I did 3 sets of 3 beans, and they get some light, but not a lot. So we'll see if they grow at all. I could actually block this off with a piece of cardboard or something. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll block this off with a piece of cardboard or something. But the problem is this steel has so much tension it keeps curling on me. I don't know why. You just need to bend it. Stay in place. Oh, that worked. Yeah, it just keeps curling. Kind of weird. Maybe it had too much tension. Maybe I just need to bend it a little. So it stays in place. There we go. There we go. Tape. Do better tape. I don't know, the tape doesn't stick. Okay, so there we go, and yeah. So we'll see if that works. See if we can grow some plants, because it's like winter outside, and we're not going to get any decent sunlight. So yeah, I'll block this off definitely, and see if we can grow in the dark. So yeah, so as far as growing setup, we just used some Miracle-Gro seed starter mix, solo cups with the little cut in the bottom so they don't get too watered down. Yeah, and that's about it. So started yesterday on the 21st, when this is the 22nd that this was filmed. So yeah, I'll block these off, and definitely the cranberries in the back haven't been doing anything. They haven't sprouted. I think one seed had sprouted a while ago. But yeah, you can definitely feel the energy. It does feel very nice. I don't know if you get the same effect with the orgonite, but this I totally believe that Hieronymus did this. It makes sense. I mean, there's been other accounts of electroculture, using electronics and high voltage and magnetism to enhance your your plant growth. I mean, people have used orgonite devices to grow crops that are like 3, 4, or 5 times larger than not using orgonite. What's and what this really gives me vibes about is this kind of setup is Stubblefield, the electrical engineer. He did the magnetic communications devices. He did kind of short range communications via the Earth and magnetic loops, and short range kind of radio telephone kind of deals. And he when he was found dead in his home, when he passed away, the police report stated that he had some device that consisted of 2 mirrors facing each other, and some electronics going off of it, and it was heating his home. So that was kind of a strange story that he had discovered, but it was disassembled before they could document it. So that's kind of it's giving me those Stubblefield mirror vibes, the 2 plates. Because he had some coil patents, like some copper and iron galvanic coils that's set into the ground, and he supposedly had coils everywhere, all over his property, that were like powering light bulbs and motion detectors and stuff. So yeah, this is giving me definite Stubblefield vibes. The 2 plates hooked up to magnetically to the Earth's magnetic field sort of deal. So that's all I really have to say. So I'll cover this up and we'll see what happens. Thanks for watching. This is Michael Ellis.